name is Emily and welcome to Tracking Ed. Today's video is all about planning your dream holiday overseas. I'm sure the second I said that, some specific destination has come into your mind. I'm going to help you in 20 steps to get to that very place. Number 1, the dreaming phase. This is one of the most exciting parts about planning to go away. It's figuring out where you want to go and why. It's all about getting inspired. I'm talking about watching YouTube videos, making Pinterest boards, scrolling through Instagram, even reading books, whatever it might be, get inspired. Now this does happen throughout the entire process of going away. Whilst you're planning, you will be continually inspired and you'll add in new parts to your trip that you didn't even think you would at the start. It's now time to sort out a real plan. Step number 2 is to get a passport if you don't have one already. Now this is in case you're planning to go international. It is so vital to have a passport. I cannot stress this enough, and the sooner you start this process, the better. You do really want to get let into that country that you're going to. Step number 3 is to set a budget, because this will probably influence all the rest of your decision-making process. Are you traveling on a shoestring? Do you have a little bit more money to spend? Are you going full out, luxurious, 5-star? Everybody does it differently. You've just got to decide what works for you. Number 4 is to pick your destination. Now you were probably thinking about this already when you started to plan the trip or during the dreaming phase. But now it's time to really knuckle down and pick your place that you want to travel to. Number 5 is to set dates. Now if you're a solo traveler, this is going to be a little bit more easier for you because you just have yourself to rely upon and to organise. However, this can be a little bit tricky if you're traveling as part of a group, especially if you all have different annual leave or times you can go. So sit down over a cup of coffee, whatever it needs to be, look at a calendar and decide when you're going to spend time at your destination. Keep in mind when making this decision as well that this links in with your budget. For example, if you have a little less money, I wouldn't recommend traveling during the high season because things are going to get real expensive real fast. I'm talking Greece in July or Japan in cherry blossom season. Avoid these times to travel if you know that you can't afford that little bit extra. The shoulder seasons are a great time to be there if you're watching your budget. Number 6 is to research what visas are applicable to you entering into a certain country. Depending on your nationality, you may need one. So look into that. You can see through all government websites or on your Smart Traveller website that your country runs if you need a visa. And if you do, make sure you apply as soon as possible as necessary and pay specific attention to all the steps you need to take. Get legal advice if it's necessary because you don't want to get it wrong. Number 7 is to plan a rough itinerary around those dates that you've just picked. This includes locking in your flights. It may also include locking in any tours you want to do or any attractions that you can't miss that you have to pre-book for. You'll probably find you need to make several drafts of your itinerary before you reach the one that is really going to work out for you. Step number 8 is to see your flight agent if you're going through a company to book flights. If not, do it yourself. There's a ton of helpful hints and tricks of when's the best time to book your flights. Give it a quick Google according to your destination and when you're going and see when the best time is to book. Sometimes it's 6 months out, sometimes it's 3 months, sometimes it's even a few weeks. Number 9 is to book essential tours, attractions, or even logistical things like rental cars. Of course, doing this also depends on how flexible you're planning to be during your trip. Number 10 is to research and book accommodation. Number 11 is to book your insurances. This one is really important. If you can't afford travel insurance, you can't afford to travel. By now, you're probably getting really close to your departure date, so we're getting into the little nitty-gritty logistical stuff. So step number 12 is to tell your bank that you're going away so they don't freeze your cards when you're overseas. Sometimes they do that if they think it's suspicious activity. This is also a great time to figure out your finances and to get your money in order. This involves figuring out how you're going to spend your money, and you might need to apply for different bank cards to do this. Number 13 is to write down a packing list. There might be a few things that you need that you don't have. Allocate a time to research and purchase these items. So you're probably only a week out now from your trip. So number 14 is to confirm your passport, your insurances, your visas, immunizations and flights All those important things that you need to have to travel that you just can't afford to get wrong or to miss out on. Number 15 is to print out copies of all of that information and back it up on a cloud source like Google Drive or Cloud or a hard drive, whatever it might be, have backups ready as well. Number 16 is very exciting because it's time to pack your bags. This might be a tedious process, but just refer back to the packing list that you wrote prior and get to it. Also, when you think you're done, get rid of a few things as well. You never need as much when you're traveling as what you think you do. Number 17 is to organise how you're going to get to the airport or to the train station or whatever mode of transport you're beginning your travels with. So this might mean booking a taxi or organising for family or friends to get you there. Number 18 is airlines generally offer the option to check in for your flight 24 to 48 hours prior. If you prefer to do this, then just hop on your account and check in. If you're like me, you prefer to wait to get to the airport for that process. Number 19 is to say a prayer and say your goodbyes. And finally, number 20 is to just go. I hope this 20-step process will make you feel more organised and excited for the trip that you have planned. Leave a comment below of where you're travelling to or even your bucket list items if you don't have any trips planned. I cannot wait to see all the photos and videos from your adventures away. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I post videos every Wednesday on this channel. Thanks again for watching and have a great day, friends, wherever you are in the world.